All right, everybody, drum roll, please. This is the final Purge video. I don't know who's happier to see it end, you or me. But picking up where we left off yesterday, we did part one of my live albums. As I said, I always keep my live albums separate. Well, not always. That just started a couple years ago. But a good move. I highly suggest it, because you forget about live albums, I think. All right, starting off with the Jays. Top 5 live album for me. Jay Giles Band, Full House. James Gang in concert. You gotta have it. Oh, talk about when you gotta have it. Jerry Lee Lewis live at the Hamburg Club. I think this is 1964. That is a killer album. That is no pun intended. Jerry Lee Lewis, the sessions in London. I bought this because Rory Gallagher's on here, but this album is in such horrible shape. It's getting purged. I have to find a new copy. Jethro Tull, Busting Out. I can't believe it took them that long to put out a live album. Jimmy Page and the Black Crowes at the Greek. Excellent live album. Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. Excellent album. Johnny Rivers live. Love me some Johnny Rivers. In fact, I've got another Johnny Rivers live album. Like I said, there's not going to be many purged here. Johnny Winter, Captured live. Oh, here's a lot of live albums by an artist. This is Johnny and Edgar live from San Diego in '76. Live, Johnny Winter and... Oh, now we got a bootleg here. He does a lot of bootlegs. You can buy it right from his website. This is Live Bootleg Rarities Volume 1. Problem is, a lot of them, they do not tell you when and where they were recorded. This is Bootleg Series number 4. I don't have them all. Judas Priest Live. I've got the CD in the box set. I don't need the album. You don't need high fidelity, best sounding version of Judas Priest, I don't think. Kansas, 2 for the Show. Another band. Took a long time to put out a live album. Keith Richards live in London, 92. Definite keeper. Kiss Alive 2. I have one, don't worry, but it's only on CD. I don't need it on vinyl too. Lee Michaels, underrated live album. If you buy this, make sure you get the one with the die cut. Make sure they're intact. Here's a great live album. Triple live album, Leon Live. Moving on to the M's. Marillion, Thieving Magpie. Matt Mays. He's the Canadian Tom Petty, you know. Moody Blues, live at the BBC, 67 through 1970. Moody Blues, caught live +5. All right, now with the ends. Nazareth and the album Snaz. That's another band that took a long time, too, for a live album. Nectar, live at the Roundhouse. There'll be more Roundhouse coming up here pretty soon. In the ends also. Neil Young, Rust Never Sleeps. It's the only live Neil I need. There it is. Nick Mason, also live at the Roundhouse. Told you. And we got your Nils Lofgren, Night After Night. Another very good live album. That's screwed up here with the ends. And there's one more here. Nuts. All right, moving on to the O's. Otis Redding, live in Europe. That's the only live O I got. Okay, the P's. Paul Kossoff, live at Croydon. I have the CD too. That is a very good album. Paul McCartney and his Russian album. Peter Frampton, everybody's got a copy of that. Peter Gabriel plays live. Pink Floyd, The Perfect Union, Deep in Space. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon live. Animals in Berlin. Picked this up in, did I pick that up in Buffalo, I think? Yeah, but it's not very good sounding. Delicate Sound of Thunder. The later years, 87 through 2019, yeah. Porcupine Tree, Coma Divine. Record Store Day release this year. Porcupine Tree, We Lost the Skyline. And then Coma Coda, kind of a later day play on Coma Divine. And then The Pretty Things live at the BBC. Oh, you like your early Stones, you should get this. Plus it comes on some sparkling white vinyl. Rainbow on Stage. REO, you get what you play for. That's back when they were good. Rockpile, perfect example. Okay, Rockpile only made one album, studio album, but thankfully you can get a live album too. That's the only live representation you're going to have of them. Rod Stewart, absolutely live. I don't think Rod did many live albums. Stones, Get Your Yayas Out. Many call it the best live album ever. Stones, Steel Wheels live in Atlantic City. That's a big, hefty album. Rolling Stones live on Copacabana Beach. Her name was Lola. The Stones live in Chicago, 1981, at the Checkerboard Lounge with Muddy Waters. Okay, Rolling Stones live. Grrr, live. Okay, here's some good live stuff here. Rory Gallagher live. And we've got Rory Gallagher at BBC. John Peel Sunday Concert, 1971. Then we've got the All Around Man live. Nope, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Then we got live at Montreux. Here it is. I almost called that Chuck Shirt Wizard live 77. That's a hefty album too. That's a triple, quadruple. I forget, there's so many. Rory Gallagher Irish Tour. Many say if you're going to have a live Rory album, that is the one you need. Alright, moving on to the S. Steppenwolf. I got to put these up here because these are getting tight here. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes. And their next one, Worldwide Live. Not as good as Setless, I don't think, because I prefer earlier Scorps. Alex Harvey Band, yeah, you got to have that. Simple Minds, didn't realize this one was out. It was a Record Store Day, but I saw Embryonic show it, so thank you, Brian. Then we got the Big Music Tour of 2015 also. Slade Live, PC31, he'll tell you that is a great live album, and I am not going to disagree with him. Spock Spirit, Snow Live. Yeah, thank God they finally put the studio album out on vinyl. Steve Hackett, the Tokyo Tapes. He's got some names playing on here. He's got John Wetton with him. Chester Thompson. And Supertramp Paris. It's factory sealed. Once again, another band. It's the only proper live album they put out. Talking Heads. I do not like Talking Heads. This was from a friend of mine. Gave it to me with his... he was getting rid of like 25, 30 albums. He gave it to me 10 years after recorded live. Top 10 live album for me all time. 10 years after live at the Fillmore East, 1970. I didn't know this one was out. And MGK and Greg at 3 Dimension turned me on to it. 10cc, Live and Let Live. Tesla, the 5-man London Jam. Keep thinking of the 5-man acoustical band. Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous. Many people, that is their favorite live album. Tom Petty and Heartbreakers, Pecking Up the Plantation Live. Alright, this is recorded, I believe, at Wrigley Field. This is Tom Petty and Heartbreakers, My Kind of Town, Volume 1. Okay. I thought they could have gone with a different cover for Volume 2, but they decided not to. Really good sounding, though. Traffic, Welcome to the Canteen. And wrapping up the T's, the Tubes. Moving on to the U's. Here's a question I have. Do you put U2 first, or do you put UFO first? So, U2, Under Blood Red Sky, that's a Purge. That was another one of those I got from my buddy. There's UFO, Strangers in the Night. I was talking about Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. Many people consider that the finest live album ever. Uriah Heep, live. Friday Night in Birmingham. Uriah Heep, acoustically driven. Oh yeah, and Ian Anderson comes on stage, plays flute during a song. Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday live. Okay, moving on to the W's. Wasp. That's right, Trevor. I even got some live Wasp. Double live Assassins. Here's one you better have or you'll be kicked out of the VC. Live at Leeds, The Who. And this one's got so many albums in it, I have to put one in the front. But that is The Who, live at the Isle of Wight. Randy Nelson. I'm very happy to see that I showed that. Okay, moving on to Wishbone Ash. My 5th album in my top 5 live albums. You saw the other 4. And then they did a Live Dates 2. It's a single album, though. I don't know why. Then I've got this unofficial boot, limited edition on sand-colored vinyl. It's a legendary broadcast, I'll tell you right there. There it is, sand-colored vinyl. And then I have Live at the Rock Past, 1976. Moving on to Yes Songs. That's a big, thick album. And Yes Shows. So there you go. I purged 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't think there would be many. I didn't think I'd end up purging many live albums. Like I say, just these 4. U2, Talking Heads, Judas Priest, Jerry Lee Lewis. Actually, Jerry Lee Lewis is going in the garbage. It's in such bad shape. The other 3 will be sold. All right, that is it. Thank you, everybody who has watched these, even if you watched one. I'm glad this is over, though, I got to tell you, because now I can get these rooms set up like I want, and my wife will be happy, too. So there you go. That's it. Thank you.